They're being surrounded by friggin' UFOs.
Russell Brand, the now alleged rapist. Classic using past stereotypes against a person to ridicule or place allegations on them, just as they did to David Grush when he spoke out against the American intelligence sector. See the trend here? Classic what they do when you gain a bigger following than mainstream media that controls all the information we get fed, propaganda. This is what happens when you speak out against the military-industrial complex. As he said in the past, they will get me, they will come for me no matter what way it is. The same thing happened to Joe Rogan when Joe Rogan spoke facts out against COVID. They tried to discredit him all throughout the media and then placed charges on him, which he got absolved from. Supposedly we live in a society in a country where freedom of speech is one of our rights. But this is what happens when you expose the truth about the powers that be. And I'm sorry, the only reason someone comes for you is if you're exposing factual truth that they don't want you to spread. There's a cover-up happening here and it's plain as day. If you can't see it happening, the timing, it's happening to everyone who has a large platform, and especially to people that speak about free energy systems, including the military-industrial complexes, cover-up of UFOs and anti-gravitic systems and zero-point energy.
Clear Rumble will not be following in YouTube's footsteps to demonetize Russell, and it's unclear if TikTok will follow suit.
I promise you TikTok will follow suit because their majority shareholder ownership is by Black.Rock, who influences all social media platforms.
An incredible overreach. Now we have evidence that the government of the UK is reaching out specifically asking for its citizens to be demonetized because not that they've been proven in a court of law that anything happened, not that they said or did anything on the site that violates the terms of service.
Demonetization of free independent media? I don't know why the mainstream media would want that. And in a nutshell, there is the complete admittance and the reality to our legacy media, which is it is controlled, propagandized, and what we see isn't always the truth.
Yes.
Out of respect for you and your show, I've brought some facts. Would you? If you like, you're actually...
Just get the fuck out of here. This is not the place.
We like facts.
We like facts. I love facts.
I wouldn't have mentioned it. I'm English, and you know that politeness is our fundamental religion. The pandemic created at least 40 new big pharma billionaires. Pharmaceutical corporations like Moderna and Pfizer made $1,000 of profit every second from the COVID-19 vaccine. More than 2/3 of Congress received campaign funding from pharmaceutical companies in the 2020 election. Pfizer chairman Albert Bourla told Time magazine in July 2020 that his company was developing a COVID vaccine for the good of humanity, not for money. And of course, Pfizer made $100 billion in profit in 2022. And may I just mention that finally, and this is also a fact, that you, the American public, funded the development of that. The German public funded the BioNTech vaccine. When it came to the profits, they took the profits. When it came to the funding, you paid for the funding.
I will just add one thing. It is possible that these are greedy capitalists who made a lot of money, and also there are a lot of people who did need the vaccine and would be dead without it. That is true too.
Bill, all I'm querying is this.
Yes.
Is if you have an economic system in which pharmaceutical companies benefit hugely from medical emergencies, where a military-industrial complex benefits from war, where energy companies benefit from energy crises, you are going to generate states of perpetual crisis. Where the interests of ordinary people separate from the interests of the...
And that right there is why they are taking Russell Brand down. And on the other side of things, I just want to quickly throw in a clip just to show the complete opposite side of things, how the government or the intelligence sector use politics to influence media in the opposite way to cover up things and basically control the narrative on what our opinions are.
I always love it when you have somebody who comes forward and testifies about things that they don't know anything about. I mean, the most, I think, striking aspect of all of the testimony was repeatedly over and over again, the whistleblowers had to say, actually, I don't have any knowledge of this. Somebody else told me that.
Classic, coming from Mike Turner, one of the largest funded politicians that actually represents Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in America, that's the head of one of the largest aeronautical centers. He is heavily funded by the aerospace industry, and it actually funds his campaign into politics in the American Congress. Oh, I wonder why he's speaking out against UFOs, which is also classic as well, because Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is the head of plenty of UFO controversy. So from what we understand is he wants to crush the issue like most of the military industrial complex and intelligence sector, and basically ridicule, shame, discredit and move on from this subject altogether, so we forget, we get distracted, which they've been doing to us for the past 80 years. That's it for this one. Check out my Instagram channel, Aussie UFO News, and check out my older videos as well. Subscribe and share my videos, it's much appreciated. Thank you.